Hi everyone, welcome back to our Azure DevOps learning series. In the last video, we discussed and learned about how to create a new repositories, how to create multiple branches under the same repositories. In today's session, we will talk on how to clone your repository on your local machine. Once the repository is cloned onto your local machine, then you can add the code to that particular folder, then commit the code once you are ready, and then push the same code base to the Azure DevOps repo. So let's learn how to do it. On the Azure repo, on the right side of this one, you will see an option of clone. Once you click on the clone, there are three options. Two is using the command line, either go through with the HTTPS or SSH, or you can directly go into the clone in the Visual Studio Code. When you are using the HTTPS, you have to be use the Git credential, or if you are using the SSH, it needs to be managed through the SSH keys. So today we will go on to the HTTPS. So let's copy this URL. On my machine, I have already been installed my Git bash. If it is not been on your machine, I would say or request to first install the Git bash so all the Git commands can be executed. So let's start it up. As soon as you start the Git, you have to be first initialize the Git. Okay. Second part is once the Git has been initialized, there are few variables that you need to be defined. If that is all optional, if it is already been logged in or you have those things already been defined, you don't need to do the same step. But if it is not, I would recommend that you have to be define the username right there as a global variable so that it can take the same as soon as you do the any commit to be happen it up. And another one is the email. These two you can define it up. I will choose the same email that I've used for my Azure DevOps account. Once that has been done, maybe the Git initialization has been done, the next step is to use the Git clone. If we are not doing the check-in to the Git, you might get an error while cloning the repositories. So as soon as you can see, you start the cloning, it will start cloning your repository on your local machine. Let's see whether this has been cloned or not. You can see my first repo is cloned on my local machine. And if I can open, I can see there is one file right there. Let's try to add a new code base. As an example here, I created a new file as my code base. My code base file and make it be in there on this folder. Now with the help of the git command, we will check in this file or whatever be the changes of the code base to our branch. But before that, as the file is available onto the my first repo, you need to be go to the my first repo. Once you have been there, just try to initialize it again just to be make sure that dot get created if it is not been there. Once that has been done, you need to be check out the branch. If you want to go with the specific branch, you can give the option as -b and then the branch name, or if you want to go with the main, just go with the git checkout and you can see it checked out the main branch. Once the branch has been checked out, if you want to push all the files or add all the files for pushing it onto the main branch, just give a dot. Or if you want to go with a specific file, not all the files to be uh, pushed to the repository, just mention that particular file. So for now, we'll go all the file because it's already been one file get created. The next command on the git is to commit the changes. So this is the format, the git commit -m. You have to give a message. I commit. So you can see this has been done. And the last step is to push the code to the main branch. there might be a chance that you will see such type of disconnection issues. It occur because of the few reasons, like sometimes your internet goes little down, little slow, or you need to be get it initialized on this particular one. So these things can happen. No worries on this one. Just try to do it and push the code back again. It can go again, as I said. There might be a chance of these type of error can keep coming up. No worries about all those one. Now you can see I've just tried it out. As soon as the internet connection, somehow it is been broken because of low bandwidth. But once this has been there, the git push has been done. Now let's see whether this git push actually push my code onto the Azure repo or not. So let's refresh this repo and see. As I said, like there might be some little bit of the network shortage, but let's see whether this has been migrated or not. Now you can see the file has been migrated right there on my Azure repo. Thank you so much for watching. On the next video, we will talk more about how to manage the repositories and few other configurational related to the branches. Thank you.